Hey guys, this is CardinalBird5. Today I want to introduce you guys to analog hitting / pure analog hitting. They did patch the stride in, so we're going to go ahead and talk about that a little bit, give you guys some pointers. So the goal with these tutorial videos, especially for hitting, I kind of want to progress them a little bit. I want to get some out there, introduce you guys, talk about the game, because I know you guys are all curious. But I know especially for pure analog, people were wondering, is the stride back in? Well, yes, it is back in. They did patch it, so I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. But again, once I find out more information, I plan to do more tip videos and kind of progress. This is just a starting point. So first, let's go into gameplay. As you see, I do have pure analog hitting on. Now there's three main hitting interfaces: zone, directional, pure analog. Just because you use zone with analog, I don't necessarily consider that analog. But the confusing thing is, since they did bring the stride back, you could technically use zone plus analog, which was a hitting interface a couple years ago. I'm not going to show that right now. But yeah, you can, if you want to, just go to analog and do stride or flick. Stride would be the old zone plus analog hitting if you like that challenge. Same for directional. So you have three main hitting interfaces, you have two inputs, and then you have two types of analog. So yeah, lots of options to hit from, but today we're going to talk about pure analog. And we're going to start out talking about the stride. Alright, so now we're in batting practice, and I'm doing bat control, because that way I know where the pitch is coming. And we are facing a legend pitcher in Juan Marichal. So right now we're going to get pitches away. By the way, I'm using the extended offset. So I don't know if you guys are familiar or not with how pure analog hitting used to work, but to start your stride, you simply hold down on the right stick about the time you see him cock the ball back. So right about now. Alright, and then you flick the stick forward in the direction in which the ball is crossing the plate. Alright, so it means if the ball was away there, you have to flick your stick up and away to get your PCI on the outside part of the plate. Same thing for middle. If you just want to hit a pitch the middle of the plate, you just flick the stick straight up. Alright, now the problem with this that I'm seeing, there is not a way to power swing when you're using the stride. Yeah, I'm not seeing a way to use a power swing or contact swing. You would have to use flick to do that, and we'll talk about that later. Alright, so let's keep continuing. Also keep in mind, analog is kind of a combination of directional and zone. You see that the feedback in the bottom right hand corner, it does show me where my PCI is going. However, you don't have full control of the PCI. You have more control of where it goes on the horizontal axis. You don't really control, to a point, you don't really control the verticality. I don't know if that's a word, the verticalness of the PCI. If you swing earlier, technically you can raise it a little bit, but that's not always the case. So here we're going to look middle in, and we're going to have to flick the stick up and right. Get a curveball. And here we're just looking middle. Yeah, so you want to start your stride actually a little bit later if you're used to playing, I think MLB 14 had it in last. If you're used to playing that, you got to start your stride a little bit later because, like, it's a lot slower. It's not instant anymore. It's a lot slower. So you have to start your stride a little bit sooner. Something else I'm noticing, there is no stride feedback in the on-screen display under swing timing. It's just your timing and contact results. There is no stride feedback, so I don't even know if stride feedback, if it's built into this engine or not. I'll have to find out, and that's why I plan to make more videos after this. I just kind of want to introduce you guys to pure analog hitting. It is back in the game, so now we're going to go back to flick. I know most people were not a fan of this, but I do want to go over it real quick. See, I'm pressing down. There is no stride. They stride for you. Now, same thing applies to this. If the pitch is away, you want to flick your analog to the away part of the plate. If it's middle in, you want to flick it, you know, up and in. Same for middle, just flick it straight up. I didn't mean to do that. So if you want a power swing, what you have to do is you have to start like you are striding, and that's how you get your power. And the contact swing is directly swiping the analog to the left or the right. And that is your contact. So like right there is a contact swing. My PCI should be bigger. Let's restart that. I'll show you guys a couple contact swings and a couple power swings. Oh yeah, it shows you right there. Look how much bigger my PCI was. I'll show you another contact swing. Alright, see my PCI is bigger? I swiped it directly to the right. Your PCI will also cheat to the right, which is kind of weird. And then I swiped it to the left there for a contact swing. Actually hit that one pretty well. Now we'll try power swing. Ooh, hit that one out. So yeah, to me the biggest flaw so far is when you're using a stride, there is no way to control a power swing. Now you see right there, my PCI is a lot lower, so you can confirm that as a power swing. We'll do another one. Boom, back up the middle. Alright, so honestly, if you're going to use analog, I think flick is kind of the way to go, because you can act like you're striding, and you can hit it a lot farther because you can power swing. The stride, you can't power swing. Or get a pitch middle way here. Alright, so yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Again, look for more tutorials and tips. I know this is going on Sports Gamers Online, so make sure you guys come check out my channel. You can search Cardinal Bird 5, and I'll have a lot more tips and tutorials going up, especially for analog hitting. Just kind of want to get an introduction out there for pure analog hitting and confirm that stride was patched today and it is in the game. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Cardinal Bird 5 signing out. Peace.
Welcome to part 3 of our breakdown of MLB 16 new features. We begin with full stat tracking. Every basic stat throughout a player's career is now tracked, as well as every real-life statistic up to the 2015 season. Even advanced stats are tracked this year, like wins above replacement and field independent pitching. Really cool. Player morale. Just like any real GM, you will have to consider the personality and morale of each player. This also affects a player's attributes.